Hi, everybody. So nice to see you back to our Cottage Montessori spring videos. Hope you're having a great day. Let's do our hello song. Hello, Isla. Hello, Carla. Hello, Charlotte. We're glad to have you here. Hello, Ella. Hello, Evie. Hello, Jack. We're glad to have you here. Hello, Kaito. Hello, Micah. Hello, Rafi. We're glad to have you here. Hello, Sophie. Hello, Karen. Hello, everyone. We're glad to have you here.
Nice. Let's give everybody, I want to wrap my arms around you, give you a virtual hug. Oh, see you. And I was trying to think about sidewalk chats, and I believe we mentioned the one I visited Ella and Brian and Lyra. That was the last one. And we love to do those. So if anybody wants to, from our class, wants to come and do them, let me know or Monique know, and you can come on over. Monique, did you want to show some things that are growing at your house?
Yes. Oh my gosh, Karen. So first I want to tell, did I tell you that we ate our lettuce and it wasn't very good? So I just thought, if you guys eat your lettuce, I'd love to hear about it if anybody else is making lettuce. Now, here's the big surprise. That celery that didn't want to grow at all now has 2 leaves.
Wow.
It's like a tiny, 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 tiny celery growing. So cute. And look at how big the head of celery is compared to those tiny leaves. You could almost miss them if you weren't looking very closely. So I'm excited to see what happens to them. And then the other thing is that I got some sourdough starter from one of the local bakeries, which was wonderful. She gave me a teeny tiny little cup with about 2 tablespoons of starter in it. And I thought, that's not going to do anything. And what you do is you mix some flour and water in with the starter, a certain ratio, and I'm happy to tell parents more about that, and mix it in with the starter. And when I put it in at this line, and while it's eating, the little yeast beasts that are inside the flour and water mixture start eating the flour and water, and they make bubbles.
Oh my goodness.
Bubbles? Those bubbles are gas that make it expand so that it gets bigger. And since last night, all of this mixture in my container has gone up this much because they are eating so much flour. And then what happens is when this goes back down a little bit, it means they're hungry again and they want more food. So by about 5 o'clock tonight, I'm going to take some of the starter out. I'm keeping that in my fridge to use for something else, and then mix it in with more water and flour, and it'll feed them some more.
So do I understand that you took those 2 tablespoons and put them in the bottom of that container and added flour and water to the 5 p.m. mark? And
yeah,
then
well, what I did was I put 1 cup of water, half a cup of water actually I used a big measuring cup. So I did a half a cup of water, and then I mixed in the starter, and then I poured in 1 cup of flour, so twice as much flour as water, and mixed it until it was kind of like gloppy, and all the flour was mixed in, and then I put it in the container, and I marked how high that container went. So that I know, are the yeasts eating anything? And if they're eating, then they're making gas, just like we make gas sometimes when we eat.
So that's how it got to the 5 p.m. mark to begin with.
Yes. So I put it in the container, made the line to show me how full it was when I put it in the container. So I didn't mix it to put it to that point. I mixed it and then I drew the line so I'd know where we started. And then I would know that since 5 p.m. it bubbled, so it got bigger and bigger, filled with gas. Those gas bubbles make it get bigger. And then as they run out of food and stop making gas, it slides back down again, and you have to add more flour and water. But so that it doesn't explode out of here, you have to take some out to make room for the new food.
I just wanted to share with our friends that the sourdough starter is an alternative to yeast, and yeast is something you put in your bread to puff it up, and in this case the gases will puff up your bread when you mix sourdough starter in it. It's really
right. So I'm pretty excited about it. I need to do this for like 5 days, and then if it starts doubling, which means if it starts going from here to up here, all the way up here in half a day, then it's almost ready to use. So I'm still working on building up the amount of yeast in that container till it'll be ready to use. So that's exciting. Yeah, so I thought we'll move on to our activity for today. I've heard several people talking about instruments that they play at home. Some people play the piano, some people play the flute, some people play the harmonica.
Trumpet.
And what?
Trumpet.
Trumpet, yes, I've heard somebody play the trumpet. It's very exciting. And last week we showed you how to make a rain stick, which is an instrument. And that got me thinking, what other instruments could we make at home with things that we have at home? So I want to show you one that's super, super easy is if you have I'm going to use my coffee can, but if you have like an oatmeal container, something that has a top on it, it makes a drum without having to do anything. Now, mine still has coffee in it. Oh, you can't really see that. It still has coffee in it. I bet if it was empty, it would make an even louder sound. Can you hear it, Karen?
Yes.
Okay, good. And you notice that in your fingers, the flat part of your fingers makes a different sound than the tops of your fingers or your fingernails. So that's one instrument that you can do at home. Another thing is you can make almost your own kind of guitar. Now I'm going to use just a container like this. This is like a Tupperware container, and you need some rubber bands. Now I have different sized rubber bands. Some are wide, like these, and this one's kind of in between. And then I have some, let me see if I can show you, that are narrower. So, and the different ones make different sounds. So what you can do is take your container and stretch, you might need extra hands, stretch the rubber band across the top, and it goes around to the back like that. And you'll hear. And then let's see what the yellow one, which is a little bit wider than the green one, what that one does. Here's the difference. Here's the sort of light brown one. We'll hear how this one sounds.
Isn't that funny that they have different sounds?
Different sounds. And then here's one of the thinner ones. I'm going to scoot these over a little bit so there's room for all of them. So we've got some deep one, middle one, another middle one. Let's see what happens. Can you guess what you think this one's going to sound like? Oh, it's sort of close to that one. That's a surprise. Let's see about this last one.
I bet they sound, I can hear them, but I bet they sound even louder in person.
They're not super loud, which is part of what's nice about these instruments at home. They're not super, super loud. So if you've got a baby at your house who's sleeping, you can still probably play your instrument. Let's hear this one. And you can go. So that is your stringed instrument. These rubber bands are like strings.
Or you can strum.
Right. Plucking does one at a time, and strumming does all of them together, sort of like a chord. So that's another. So far we have a drum and a stringed instrument. And the last thing I wanted to show you was shakers. I have two little These are little spice jars. You can have bigger ones too, but I happen to have 2 little ones. What's interesting about is that this one is made out of plastic and this one is made out of glass. And I wondered whether they would sound different. And I'm gonna put some beans in. And I thought for this experiment, I would put the same number of beans in each jar. Now you could put other kinds of little things in like rice or lentils or beads, any kind of little things in yours. Now I'm gonna put, ooh, this has ginger in it. It smells so good. That's interesting. So I'm gonna put I actually am using 10 beans in each one. And let's see how the glass, this is the glass one. And here, this is sort of like the sound cylinders. Let's listen to this one.
Wow.
The plastic one is so much louder. Do they match? No. So it's the same size, the same number, very different sounds. So.
And we can't hear them.
You can't hear them?
Well, at first we did, but I think the computer does that thing where if it gets shocked by the sound, it doesn't.
Okay, thank you for telling me that. Let's see if I'm a little farther away.
Oh, and then it goes away. It's funny.
Interesting. Yeah, I think
to know what it does.
So this teaches you how to make 3 different instruments out of things you have at your house.
Just make your own fun at home.
Make your own fun. It's really fun. So let's have some circle time. I think I'm going to do some sitting down songs first so that I don't have to get up and down and move the computer and make everybody dizzy all the time. And we'll do our standing songs first, and then we'll do our sitting songs. How about that? All right. So why don't we start with I'm a Little Teapot. I think we may have already really learned this one now because we've done it a few times. Are you ready? I'm a little teapot, short and stout. Here is my handle, here is my spout. When I get all steamed up, hear me shout. Tip me over and pour me out. I think that means like when you get all steamed up, it's like when you get angry, you could just tip it over and pour it out. Oh, let me get my list of songs. Where did I put that? That's interesting. Oh, it's under my drum. Okay.
I'm just being a sugar bowl here while I'm waiting.
That's fun. Yeah. We're so sweet. All right. Ready? 6 little ducks that I once knew. Fat, one's skinny, one's tall, one's 2. But the one little duck with the feather on his back, he led the others with a quack, 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 quack. He led the others with a quack, quack, quack. Down to the river they did go, wibble, wobble to and fro. But the one little duck with the feather on his back, he led the others with a quack, 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 quack. He led the others with a quack, quack, quack. Now, what comes next? Oh, yeah. Home from the river they did go, wibble, wobble to and fro. But the one little duck with the feather on his back, he led the others with a quack, 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 quack. He led the others with a quack, quack, quack. Now, I'm going to introduce you guys to some new children's music that I think you're really, really going to like. This is a group called Trout Fishing in America. Isn't that funny?
That was the name of a book I read in high school.
Trout Fishing in America? That's so fun. Well, oops, hold on. I want to share with computer sound. I'm going to share my screen, and I hope you're going to like this song. It's called Zoo, Wacky Zoo. So why don't we have a dance party to Zoo, Wacky Zoo? Ready? Let's see if it works. Uh-oh.
Did we go?
Stopped. It's still going. Well, that's weird. Let's see.
We're doing this again.
Oh no, I hope this isn't my internet causing trouble. It just is going around and around, Karen.
Should I try it from my end?
Sure.
If I can do it.
Oh, there it goes. Nope.
Oh dear.
Sorry, friends. That's too bad. Well, I might try another one and see if it was just that one song. If you guys don't mind, let's try this one. Nope.
Funny song. It's called It's Not Mud.
Yeah. Do you want to try it on your end, Karen? And I'm going to just close out so I don't confuse things.
If you stop sharing, then I can put my Spotify on. And so what was the name of the song again?
It was called Zoo, Wacky Zoo.
Ooh, Wacky Zoo. I love that. I found it.
Yay.
All right, and now I should go to here and share my screen and share the sound. It does say share computer sound. Okay, cool. And Zoo Wacky Zoo.
There it is. Yay. Well, I hope you can hear it. It's fun.
There's a place we gotta go. It's open every day after school. There's a monkey in a tutu waiting at the gate, and he's got a ticket for you. You're gonna love it. Everything's free with the money back guarantee. It's better than pizza, better than popcorn. Well, come on, everybody, with me. To the Zoo, Wacky Zoo. They got banana pandas. Zoo, Wacky Zoo. They got flaming gerbils. Zoo, Wacky Zoo. There's a zebra with a mustache at the Zoo, Wacky Zoo. The Zoo, Wacky Zoo. There's a place we gotta go. It's open every day after school. Just around the corner, it's not too far. They've even got a kangaroo. You're gonna love it. Everything's free with the money back guarantee. It's better than pizza, better than popcorn. Well, come on, everybody, with me. To the Zoo, Wacky Zoo. They got zombie turtles. Zoo, Wacky Zoo. They got gangster guinea pigs. Zoo, Wacky Zoo. Hop on the hippie hippos at the Zoo, Wacky Zoo. The Zoo, Wacky Zoo. Zoo, Wacky, Wacky, Zoo, Wacky, Wacky, Zoo, Wacky, Zoo. See the tigers do the tango. Zoo, Wacky, Zoo. See the lions do the limbo. Zoo, Wacky, Zoo. A deer playing with an antelope at the Zoo, Wacky Zoo. The Zoo, Wacky Zoo. At the Zoo, Wacky Zoo.
Oh, I love that.
I especially love that because it made me think of so many of our friends. It made me think of Micah with the monkey in a tutu, and then Kaito with the zebra with a mustache. And I think Charlotte had a kangaroo stuffy. Somebody had a kangaroo stuffy, and I think it might have been Charlotte. And then they even mentioned guinea pigs, which made me think of Evie.
Gangster guinea pigs.
Yes. So I love that song. And I really like trout fishing in America because they are very, very cool.
Nice.
And they have really fun songs. So how about if we do a little Arabella Miller? Because she just that just makes me laugh every time. Little Arabella Miller had a fuzzy caterpillar. First it climbed upon her mother, then upon her baby brother. They said, Arabella Miller, put away your caterpillar. Woo! I think I would be all shivery if I had a caterpillar climbing on me. Oh my goodness. Let's take just a second and have a few deep breaths, because I just think it's really nice if you have one of the sand timers at your house. This would be a nice time to watch it. If you don't have a sand timer, one of the nice things about being able to do deep breaths is that you don't need a timer at all. You can just do it yourself, just like with our book, Charlotte and the Quiet Place. You can just create a quiet place inside yourself when you feel like you need a quiet spot. And sometimes even if you go into a little corner, like a cozy corner, that can help too, just to have a little quiet moment. So I'm going to say that we breathe in through our noses, and then we're going to breathe out through our mouths, like you're blowing out a birthday candle, and maybe even slower than a birthday candle, because sometimes we get very excited when we blow out a birthday candle and go, we don't want to go, we want to do it really slowly and easily.
I was getting this picture in my mind of like when blowing up a balloon and then the air coming out a little bit of the balloon.
Oh, you know what else it made me think of, Karen? When we blow bubbles. If you blow really fast when you're blowing a bubble, it doesn't work, right? You kind of have to blow slowly for the bubble to blow. So you could imagine your lungs, because we have lungs, opening up like a balloon and then getting smaller. So ready? I'll count them when we do them. It's kind of like meditation. I've been doing meditation since we've been staying home, and it helps me feel more peaceful inside. I think everybody can get a little bit maybe anxious or frustrated or disappointed or just wild because we're inside a lot, and it's hard to be inside and not seeing our friends.
Now reminded me that I like to close my eyes when I'm doing it, but then I couldn't see you counting. But if I was doing it by myself, I might close my eyes.
Yes, that can help really a lot too. And you can picture something beautiful in your mind, something that's your favorite thing. That can help calm our bodies down and calm our minds down too. So highly recommend it if you want to start doing some meditating. That just means breathing a few times and quieting your body a little bit. So this is Mother's Day week when we're making these videos, and so we've been doing a lot of books about mothers and stories about mothers and activities about mothers, and I wanted to read to us today Are You My Mother by P.D. Eastman. This is just one of my favorite books. It's so fun. I'm going to read it and then show you the pictures. A mother bird sat on her egg. The egg jumped. I must get something for my baby bird to eat, she said. So away she went. Inside the nest, the egg jumped. It jumped and jumped and jumped until out came a baby bird. Where's my mother? He said. Didn't see her anywhere. I will go and look for her. Out of the nest he went. Down, 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 plop. Ooh. The baby bird could not fly, but he could walk. Now I will go and find my mother, he said. Are you my mother? The baby bird asked a kitten. The kitten just looked and looked. He did not say a thing. Are you my mother? The baby bird asked a hen. Might be, it's a bird. No, said the hen. Are you my mother? The baby bird asked a dog. I'm not your mother, I'm a dog, said the dog. Are you my mother? The baby bird asked a cow. How could I be your mother? I'm a cow, said the cow. The baby bird stopped to think. The kitten and the hen were not his mother. The dog and the cow were not his mother. I have a mother, said the baby bird. I know I do. I will find her. I will. Just then the baby bird saw a big thing. You are my mother, he said. The big thing said, snort. Oh no, said the baby bird, you're not my mother. You're a scary snort. The snort lifted the baby bird up and up and up. Then something happened. The snort put the baby bird back in the tree. The baby bird was home. Just then the mother bird came back. I know who you are, said the baby bird. You're not a kitten or a hen or a dog. You're not a cow or a snort. You're a bird, and you're my mother. The end. That snort is so much fun. At first I think, oh, it's a scary snort, but it was so gentle and it just put that baby bird right back in the nest.
Love that.
Well, I hope that you have fun making instruments and listening to Trout Fishing in America and taking deep breaths when you need to and reading books. And I hope you have a lovely day. We'll see you soon.